everybody, I'm Kat and today I have for you a true crime case, a word in Romanian, and I will also be doing my makeup at the same time. So, let's start with the word. The word in Romanian for today is drujbă. 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 Well done guys, you just said chainsaw. In 2022, Abington, Pennsylvania was voted the 24th best place to live in America by Money magazine. Just 12 miles from the city of Philadelphia, the township, dating back to pre-1700, has great schools and hospitals, gorgeous historic homes, and stunning nature trails. However, very recently, the community was shaken by a horrific crime. Just 1 mile from the childhood home of actor Bradley Cooper, an elderly couple, 73-year-old Reid Beck and 72-year-old Miriam Beck, were brutally murdered, and the prime suspect is their own daughter, 49-year-old Verity Beck. On Tuesday, January 17, 2023 at 7:27 p.m., the Abington Township Police Department responded to a 911 call made by Justin Beck. Justin hadn't spoken to his parents Reid and Miriam Beck since the 7th of January, which was very unusual. So he went to check in on them at their home on 1165 Beverly Road in Jenkintown section of Abington Township. The family also had a summer home at 17 80th Street in Sea Isle City. Justin, he told police that when he went into the home on Beverly Road, he noticed a person lying on the floor, covered with a bloody sheet. Apparently, the person was deceased. Near the body, he saw a chainsaw and blood. Justin's sister, Verity Beck, also lived in their parents' house. So naturally, after discovering this horrific scene, Justin wanted to speak to his sister and find out what happened. She was inside the house and they had a conversation for around half an hour. Justin assumed that their parents were deceased, and at one point he asked Verity if something bad had happened to them, and Verity responded yes. Afterwards, Justin left the house, returned to his home, and he then called 911. He told police what he saw, also mentioning that there were at least 2 firearms in the home to which Verity might have access to. Abington police officers responded to the scene and they saw the lights on in the home. They knocked on the door trying to speak with Verity, but there was no answer. Additional police units arrived and they secured the perimeter around the house, with police officers sending a small mobile remote-controlled robot into the first floor of the home trying to locate Verity. They also sent a drone to observe through the second floor windows of the home to see if they could see exactly where Verity was in the house. Of course, keeping in mind that she might also be armed and dangerous. Failing to find out where she was inside the house at around 12:10 a.m., Police Sergeant Shane LaRosa with police officers Raymond Townsend and Andrew Sorman entered the house through the side door. They immediately noticed a strong smell of decomposition. After announcing themselves, Verity Beck entered into the kitchen area of the home. Officer Sorman asked her where her parents were, and she said that her parents were dead. Verity was handcuffed and she was removed from the home. As officers were clearing the inside of the house for their own safety, they noticed a human foot with a blanket covering the rest of the body. They also found a chainsaw close to the body, blood on the interior of the bedroom door, and 2 trash cans in the bedroom. One of the trash cans seemed empty, but the other one was quite heavy and appeared to be mostly full. Officers looked inside the trash can and they noticed some kind of white linen covering whatever was in the trash can. The Abington Township Police Department and the Montgomery County Detective Bureau launched a joint investigation into this apparent homicide. On January 18, 2023 at 1:29 a.m., police detective Robert Hill and Detective Sergeant Anthony Space conducted an interview of Justin Beck. Justin Beck lives in Jenningtown while his parents, Reid and Miriam, and his sister, Verity, all live at 1165 Beverly Road. Justin told detectives that he didn't see or speak to his parents on the phone since approximately January the 7th. He said that he would usually speak to his mom every day either via text messages or voice calls. He exchanged text messages with both of his parents' cell phones during the past 10 days, but he had no voice contact with them during that period. He also texted with Verity during the same time. Justin said that on January 17th at around 8 p.m. he drove past his parents' home and he saw that their cars were parked outside of the house and all of the lights inside the home were switched off. He went back to his place and he decided to bring some soup to Verity because she was complaining earlier in the day of being sick. He got to his parents' house at around 9:30 p.m. He let himself in with a key and then went to a downstairs bedroom to check for his parents, and that's when he saw a body on the ground which was covered by a blood-stained sheet. He saw feet protruding from the blanket and he believed that the body was that of his father, Reid. Seeing that, Justin didn't go any further into the bedroom. He called for his sister and she came to the living room to chat with him. During their conversation, Verity told him that things at home had been bad. Justin told her that they need to call the police, but she said that she needed more time. Verity didn't really tell Justin what happened to their father, and he didn't ask about their mother, although she believed that she was also deceased. That's when he left and he called 911. He knew that his sister owned a handgun, but he didn't know what type of gun or even where the gun was being kept. Montgomery County detectives David Shanes and Terrence Lewis processed the crime scene located at 1165 Beverly Road. While processing the home, they discovered a deceased male wrapped in a cloth sheet. He was decapitated. Partially under his deceased body was a furniture dolly that appeared to have been used to assist Verity in moving the body. Close to the male body, the detectives located a 55-gallon trash receptacle. This receptacle was filled with white trash bags, and the trash bags were filled with assorted severed body parts. The decapitated male, still wrapped in the cloth, and the entire trash receptacle were taken to the Montgomery County morgue for further examination. Detectives also found a pillow that contained powder burns and a hole consistent with a firearm projectile having been shot through the pillow. No fired cartridge casings were recovered at the scene, indicating to detectives that the firearm used was a revolver. An electric powered chainsaw with biological material in the chain portion indicated that this chainsaw was used to sever at least some of the body parts. There were marks on the carpet in the bedroom indicating at least some of the body parts were severed while in the bedroom. Detectives found additional severed body parts in a trash can in the attached garage. The garage was used for storage and the body parts were located on the bottom of the trash can covered with pillows. Detectives also found newspapers outside the home unread from January the 7th, 2023, suggesting that Reid and Miriam were likely killed on January the 7th when their son Justin had the last voice contact with his mother. In the second floor master bedroom, detectives found a large safe mounted into the wall in the closet. There were tools close by and drill marks on the safe, suggesting that someone without key or combination was trying to access the safe. In Verity's bedroom, detectives found two Charter Arms .38 caliber handguns, different models, both registered to Verity. They also found a Smith & Wesson .38 caliber handgun, But when this gun was checked for ownership, there was no record found. 49-year-old Verity Beck was taken into custody. While being handcuffed, she told the officers that her parents were dead. On Wednesday, January 18, 2023, Dr. Khalil Wardak, a forensic pathologist, examined the decapitated body wrapped in the cloth sheet, and he was able to identify the body as belonging to Reid Beck, and in Reid's detached head, the pathologist found a single gunshot wound. The gunshot wound entered in the forehead above the left eye, and the bullet was recovered. Dr. Wardak also examined the 55-gallon trash receptacle and the white garbage bags contained inside of it. Inside the white trash bags, he found 8 severed pieces of Miriam Beck. An examination of her head revealed a single gunshot wound. This gunshot wound was to the back of her head, and this bullet was also recovered. After the autopsies, Dr. Wardak said that the cause of death for both Reid and Miriam Beck was a single gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was ruled a homicide. Montgomery County District Attorney Kevin Steele said, quote, "There were signs of extreme trauma, and I'll tell you that the chainsaw was found. Both Reid and Miriam were found in different stages of dismemberment, and that was one of the reasons that it's taken the time today for us, because these were not easy autopsies to conduct," end of quote. Verity Beck is charged with first-degree and third-degree murder. Those who are charged with first-degree murder are not eligible for bail, and Verity is held at Montgomery County Correctional Facility. Court documents show that Verity is scheduled to appear before District Judge Juanita A. Price on June 1st, 2023. This was delayed from February because a competency evaluation has been ordered for her. If an evaluating physician determines that she is competent to proceed to trial, then she would be returned to the county jail and court proceedings would move forward. But if the evaluating physician determines that she is incompetent to proceed, then a competency hearing would be scheduled before a county judge who could hear testimony from physicians and arguments from prosecutors and the defense and make a final determination about Verity's competency. Assistant District Attorney Samantha Kaufman is handling the prosecution. Defense lawyer Gregory L. Nestor, co-chief deputy public defender and chief of the pretrial unit in the Montgomery County Public Defender's Office, filed court papers seeking the competency examination for Verity, writing in the petition that the evaluation is necessary and appropriate based upon the facts and circumstances of the case. The purpose of the evaluation is to determine if she is substantially able to understand the nature or object of the proceedings against her, or to participate and assist in her defense. In a separated order dated January the 20th, a judge appointed defense lawyer P. Lyons, the chief homicide lawyer in the public defender's office, to represent Verity Beck at future court proceedings. Verity was admitted to Norristown State Hospital for up to 60 days for an inpatient competency evaluation. Evaluating physicians at the state hospital will prepare a report to address her mental health functioning, competency to stand trial, progress toward regaining competency, foreseeable prospects for regaining competency, and a determination of level of care. As of April 2023, Verity Beck is still held in the hospital. Before moving back in with her parents, Verity lived in Sea Isle City, New Jersey, where her parents had a holiday home. She worked as a beach tag inspector before seeking a fee waiver to file for bankruptcy in 2020. According to some sources, Verity was a teacher at the St. Catherine's School of Special Education in the Wynwood section of Lower Merion.
On Beverly Road in Abington, cars passed by the Beck home, some unaware of the nightmare that unfolded inside.
It's just a horrible, tragic situation.
The Montgomery County DA continues to investigate why 49-year-old Verity Beck would allegedly kill and cut up her mother, 72-year-old Miriam Beck, and her father, 73-year-old Reid Beck, her brother discovering the bloody scene and calling police. Miriam, who went by Tony, worked as a school nurse at Lower Moreland High School for 20 years, where her son is now a teacher. This is her smiling in the 2018 high school yearbook. Online, former students who knew her are sharing their grief. One writing, "Dear Mrs. Beck, you and your husband did not deserve to leave this world this way." Another person saying, "Mrs. Beck was one of the nicest, most caring people I have ever met." In a letter to district families, district officials offered counseling services saying, "We know this may be a difficult time for those of you who had relationships with the Beck family." District officials telling 69 News, "At this time, our thoughts and sympathies are with the Beck family." Abington Police Chief Patrick Malloy is also thinking of the family. He was one of the first officers in the Beck house.
What they discovered, you can't unsee that.
He says at the time of her arrest, Verity Beck was only concerned with the welfare of the family pets. Jackie Ferris, 69 News.
Reid Beck was born in Philadelphia on September 26, 1949, the son of the late Raymond and Vera Beck. He also had one sister and two brothers. Miriam Beck was born in Philadelphia on February the 8th, 1950, the daughter of the late Francis and Miriam Carey. Miriam was a sibling to two brothers and another who sadly passed away as well. Reid was a 50-year member of Union Local 420 and he served as the director of training. He was a respected and loved member. He once loved water sports. He was a nice and kind person and a true role model. He was the perfect husband and a wonderful parent. Miriam was a nurse for 40 years and she was employed for the last 20 years by the Lower Moreland High School. She was caring, kind and fun. She had a great way of making the students she cared for feel at ease. She really inspired people. Reid and Miriam, they were a devoted couple who were very kind and compassionate parents and grandparents. They were the happiest when the entire family was together at the Sea Isle City, and they loved their friendships on the 80th Street. They were great neighbors, friends, parents and grandparents, and they will be greatly missed. Linda Newbold and others who knew the Becks to their summer home in Sea Isle posted words of sorrow, shock and sadness on social media. Tony and Reid, rest in peace. So sorry and heartbroken. My heart goes out to their family and friends. Always kind, passed you often on walks. You held hands, love. End of quote. Mary Cass Kavanagh wrote, quote, Tony and Reid are the heart and soul of 80th Street. We will truly miss Tony and Reid, the sweetest people ever, and honored to know them and to call our friends. God bless them and the family. End of quote. Former colleagues of Reid said he was someone who made everyone comfortable. Quote, just a friendly, nice man. When you think back and reminisce, he taught a generation of apprentices, said Jim Snell, business manager of Steam Fitters Local Union 420. Community members said that the Becks were model parents, friends and full of joy. And I'm really struggling to understand why Verity did what she did. Was it money? What was in that safe? Was it really worth it? And this is all the information that I have for you in today's case. Please do let me know what do you think in the comment section down below. For now, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!